Alright, so I'm running a little late. I'm gonna have to make this quick. I'm taking the Canadian Firearms Safety course and the Canadian Restricted Firearms Safety course. And you know what? I'm a little nervous. I have no idea what to expect. So I was looking online. There's not a lot of videos on this. So I thought I'd just walk you through it, see what happens as a student. So I'm running late, like I said, so let's get out of here. Okay, so day one is over. There's probably a couple key points you should take away from it. And going into this, I had zero experience. So I'm as beginner as it can get. Like, I've only used a firearm probably 4 or 5 times in my life, and I haven't touched a firearm in 4 or 5 years now. So if anyone's gonna fail this class, it's definitely gonna be me. And when they were introducing everyone in class, so there was 12 people in my class, and the first 4 people, they were all military, had tons of experience, and I was like, oh man. And I'm like, yeah, I have limited experience. What's limited is none, basically. And I was like, if there's anyone's gonna fail this class, it's definitely gonna be me. I'll be the example of the class and know what to do. But as we circled around the 12 people in our weekend getaway group, or whatever you want to call it, there were very equal amount of people that had basically no experience. There were people who had some experience and people that had lots of experience. So it was a well-rounded class. So that was just personally good to know that I'm not the least experienced person there, or there's other people at the same level as me. Also, the one area I was really worried about, that I thought maybe if I was going to fail this thing, it was going to be the practical test, because like I said, I've just never really had the opportunity to use a firearm before. But when you're in this class, you get lots of experience. For me anyways, we had 3 hours or so just to learn the repetitive movements of 4 or 5 things to do every time you pick up a firearm, disarm a firearm. And if you do it for 3 hours, the 4 movements, you learn it pretty quickly. And so you know what, you can't really mess up on that. I feel really confident using the firearm. Now I'm worried more about the written test. But yeah, at the end of this video, we'll find out if I pass or not. But all right, on to the next day. All right, so this is day 2. We got 4 tests to take. It snowed last night. And yeah, it's gonna be a long day, but hopefully I pass. All right, let's just do this. Might be the first one here. Okay, so on day 2, things moved rather quickly to start off. We finished the classroom settings, anything that we hadn't covered yet, we finished it off. We had 1 more hour using the firearms, any last minute questions, a review, and then we went straight into the written test. Then he booted us out, marked it, and if you don't pass the written test, you can't take the practical test. One of the issues though, for me anyways, was during the practical test, because it's a one-on-one experience, it's just you and the teacher, that you can be waiting around for quite a bit of time. I personally ended up waiting probably 4 hours after the written test, where you're just kind of sitting around, you can't really practice on the firearms, you're outside the classroom. Each student took 30 minutes with them personally to get through both tests. So yeah, I had 4 or 5 hours to kill. It was pretty long, but you know what? Eventually, I made it back home. All right, so I'm back. That was 2 days. And you know what? I guess you're curious, did I pass or not? Let's just get that over with. I passed both tests, both practical tests. So the 4 tests are finished. There's a couple things you should probably know before you go. I actually did do worse on the written test than the practical test, which is the exact opposite what I thought I was going to do before I started this video. For the written test, it's 50 multiple choice questions over 2 tests. So you're doing 2 tests at once. So 50 questions on the non-restricted, 50 questions on the restricted. And on each test, it's 20 true or false questions. So even if you don't know the answer, you get a 50-50 shot. And they're all multiple choice questions. Everyone in our class of 12 people passed the written test. Everyone got over 85%, so you need 80%. So everyone easily passed that test. It's really common sense. You just have to double read some of the questions because they kind of word it kind of awkwardly. But other than that, you know what? If you pay attention in class, you'll pass that test. It's very common sense. And for the 2 practical tests, the big thing is, like I showed you, you have to wait. It's first come, first serve, and the teacher kind of does one at a time. So I was near the end and kind of got unlucky. So I was sitting around for a couple hours. Each test group seemed to go in there and spend about a half an hour doing a practical test. But you know what? You get so much hand-on experience with the weapons and firearms and everything like that that there's really nothing to worry about. It was super easy for me. You learn it pretty quickly, especially if you do it all day, the same rotations. Yeah, so you know what? Just don't worry about it. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Give it a like. If you have any comments or questions, you can put it down in the comment section below and I'll try and answer them. And yeah, maybe check out some of my other videos on my channel. Alright, thanks for watching. And until later, I'll see you later. Celebration dinner, let's do it.